Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel Anaka Design. As I seem to be doing in most videos these days, I'm telling you the day I'm taping it, and I'm giving you an update on our harvest progress, or lack thereof. It is September 29th, Sunday, as I'm doing this thrift haul video, and we have still yet to begin. And the forecast isn't great, so I don't know. I do not know what is going on. Anyway, let's get to it. This video, as I said, is a thrift haul video. Typically, I use the hashtag Thrifty Canucks, hosted by Kim Newberg. Not Too Shabby Chic, hosted by Dale, and her hashtag is Thrifted Treasures, and Thrifty Thursday, hosted by Sherry of Turquoise Dreaming. Now, I have quite a lot here. Now, today, I guess, will be sort of books and papers, and I just wanted to get this out of the way, though. So I was at Dollar Tree the other day, and well, it's copper, so that explains a lot. This is a candle snuffer, and I thought, you know what? I do have other candle snuffers, scattered about the house, but wouldn't it be good to have one in the studio? Because if a person is doing wax seals or whatever, it would be nice to be able to snuff out a flame without all the resulting smoke that results if you try blowing a candle out. So there's that. They came in other finishes. Now this, well, I guess, there are two things here. Well, first of all, let me show you this. Oh, let me not show you what I wrote on the other side. This was just a scrap paper sitting here on my desk, and I used it to test this thing. It's probably a knockoff of some kind because it doesn't seem to have a name on it. But it's one of those things. It probably predates, well, I shouldn't say because I don't know the chronology, but it maybe predates the embossing folder concept, because I mean, you can get the same effect with an embossing folder with less manual labor. But let me grab, well, here I have an envelope. Let's see, is it thick? Is it what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, there's all kinds of crud in there. I didn't see that till I turned on some lights. Okay, I have another one of these that is a Fisker's brand, and of course that seems a little bit more substantial. Okay, so basically you put your paper, now of course you're limited to whatever the size of the opening is, so let's, and because these are lineal designs, it kind of behooves you to try to feed it in straight. I probably needed one more hand here. Let's see if I can get this going and still stay in frame. Basically, I'm trying to thread it between those two rollers. Okay, it's grabbed it now. So that looks relatively straight to me. I'm holding this with my left hand. Oh, if you squeeze the handle, it probably opens it up and makes it easier. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, and then crank. Oh, again, I just put hand lotion on, so obviously doing an envelope is, now it's going crooked. It's a wee bit more challenging because, well, it's double the thickness. Oh, now it mangled it a bit on the edge. However, that is pretty darn cool, I would say. And of course, if you didn't like this kind of imperfection here, it would be easy enough to, disguise that. So, oh, and even the inside, pretty cool. So of course I could have cut the envelope open, done single thicknesses. So this is probably a keeper, but I will try to get whatever that grungy stuff is out of there. Okay, onward. This, let's do this first. I said I was a Dollar Tree, and they had, now this pile, this I guess is 90 cards here, glossy, but sort of kind of a postcard weight or cardstock weight, no, postcard weight I guess, was their idea of, can I fish that out of the garbage? Have you ever had to wait for somebody to dig through their garbage? Or did I put it over here? This was the packaging for it. So 3 different flavors, Happy, Retro, and Zen. And like I said, 30 of each. And these are 4x6, and they are intended to be aesthetic wall collage kit. Now, you know, if you're a faithful viewer, you know that a long time ago I thrifted a much nicer, bigger one of these kits. But I thought, you know, sometimes you just need something like this. So I don't know if they have these in your Dollar Tree as well, but some of them are just beautiful. Those of you who are doing strawberry journals, or maybe our Florida friends who, or I don't know, our pink flamingos only found in Florida. I certainly, oh, butterflies. I certainly hope that that you all stayed out of harm's way with, what is it Hurricane Helen or Helene? Makes me complaining about our harvest weather seem a bit petty. Anyway, thought you should be aware of those because, you know, sometimes when they're gone, they're gone. Okay, now this was, I went to a thrift store. Only the second time I've been there. And there was this bag of these papers. Now, I don't have a ruler here, but I guess, of course, they have a ruler. These are probably 4x6 as well, maybe a little bit bigger, 5x7. 6, something in between, 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so, well, you can see there's a difference. These are cardstock, so I kind of grouped them by colors. It was all a mishmash. It's a combination, well, they're pretty well all pattern papers, and I just thought that, you know, I'll probably put these, just for simplicity's sake, I'll probably put all the green ones in my green pouch, orange in the orange pouch, and so on. And the cardstock probably as well. Now there were also, there was this piece, but there were also these sort of die cut tops or bottoms, I guess. Those are presents. I don't know. Anyway, one of these days I'm going to have to stop buying stuff like this. But this could also be something that I can share with the Edmonton Junk Journaler group. Oh, and I should say, ladies, I will be RSVPing to the invitation, but at this rate, I don't know that I'll be able to come to the October meeting, which is a shame, because the plan was to have people make ATCs for everyone else in the group that night, using only stuff from the rummage table. So that would have been a good challenge. Anyway, let's get to it. I've never seen a Walter Foster publication in this size and format. I mean, typically they are the oversized things. You've seen me have those before. But, of course, these are perfect to cut into tag or card size things, or uses collage fodder, who doesn't need a color wheel, value sketches and so on. These kind of graphics, so that was a good one. Now, I don't know that I have any of these. The Golden Book Encyclopedia. So Golden Book, of course, has printed a series. Somebody probably pulled a page out there. 1970 edition. So it would have been, because it's an encyclopedia, it would of course been alphabetical and so on. But I thought, well, number one, the pages are lovely. And a lot of cool illustrations. And of course, when you get, oh look, cows. When you get only one, you know, it's a crapshoot. You get what you get. And you hope that there's something good. Anyway, so I don't think I have any of, getting the BC volume is not so bad, apparently. Anyway, I like these, and I guess I would probably keep my eye peeled for them in the future. Okay, A Treasury of Fairy Tales, an easy-to-read introduction to the enchanted world of elves, princesses, and magical wonders. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so Andrew got this on his second birthday in 1986. Matte paper, a large print, and of course images to either fussy cut or square off, and because you probably wouldn't want to cut around the feather and the mane and all of that. But yeah, there's oh, aren't those guys cute? A simplicity to the illustrations. But again, I think the bonus here is the really nice paper. So I'll add this to my kids' book thingamajig. Now these I grabbed. I don't know if I'm doing anything Christmas this year. I'll probably break down and do it. But these were all Northwestern Utilities publications. Now it said $1 on here. That would have been in 1987. So it's a combination of, you know, sort of clip art type images, recipes. This must be 11 by 8.5. You know, little verses and so on. So I will probably, I don't know if I'll be, I would hope that I would be a guest seller on Angela's live sale before Christmas, but I would probably bring these Christmassy ones to that sale, because of course they're a treasure trove, and they're also not particularly heavy, like for shipping purposes. 89. I might have this one. Somehow that cover looks familiar. 93. Oh, that's cute. And 94. So maybe keep an eye peeled for that, and if not, maybe I'll put them in the Maker's Market, my Maker's Market shop. I grabbed this just because I've got beads and dangles and that kind of stuff on the brain. Didn't even flip through it, but this is 2008. So I will add that to my reference pile. I thought this was pretty darn cute. Quilt World presents the Sunbonnet Alphabet Quilt. 1990, but look at this. They're practical. Well, they're not quite inchies, but they're so darn cute. Now, of course, if I use those, I lose that, but seems to be in great shape. And look, so there's a colored image and the black and white. Colored image and black and white. Now, of course, this is a magazine, so it would have just has 2 staples. Can easily take those staples out. Again, this must be 11 by, well, not quite, 10 3/4 by 8. So, just so beautiful. I didn't even look at everything. Oh, there's a fairy. Anyway, that requires more attention. Ignore all these price tags because they obviously were, you know, maybe somebody tried to sell them at a garage sale and couldn't. Oh, these are, I need to take this apart and put it with my boho journal because these designs are such that, oh, it's perforated. Okay, let's just, well, this one is. That one is probably intact. So, of course, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this out and demonstrate folding a piece of paper. I know. Be still your beating heart. I hope you're not holding your breath for this exciting little demo here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. How about getting a piece of paper out of a book? That'll be my next trick. Okay, because there is no up or down, right or wrong, inside or outside. This is not even square, for heaven's sake. So this is the imperfection of the printing process and consequently the folding process. But look how cool that is. So I will set this aside knowing that I have to take this all apart, put it with my boho stuff, and obviously, you know, use the cover as well because this is beautiful. Okie dokie. Another coloring book. This one is Zen. You know, these prices are just insane. $16. Remember when adult coloring books first came out? And they were so beautiful. And of course, we all had to have one, and we all had to buy the pencils. And maybe you tried felts and it bled through. And then everyone and his brother did more coloring books and more coloring books. And now they are everywhere. And every price, what is this? Every price point. I might have to fussy cut that kid out. Anyway, if the price is right, I typically grab coloring books because they're so versatile. They could be in a black and white journal. They lend themselves to whatever kind of dyeing, paper dyeing you might want to do. If you pick the right subject matter, it just works as a signature page because that one is bohemian, that one is nature, there could be one on butterflies or flowers. I've never seen this before. Denison Paper Arts and Crafts. Didn't know that they did publications. I should look for a date. Anyway, it says for teachers and group leaders, and back in the day it would have cost 50 cents. Oh, 1966. So it's got ideas, I guess, that teachers or other adult leaders would have used with kids. Again, didn't really flip through it, just thought, oh, this is cool, I better grab that. Okay, so it's different type projects. So starches, paper sculpture, costumes. And you know, it does have that look about it. Posters. You know, that takes us back. I guess that would have been an early Vanna. How to design interesting bulletin boards. Oh my goodness. That's when teachers dressed like teachers with their 3-inch or 4-inch pumps, their suits, a brooch. She's got all kinds of bracelets on. Now sometimes when you go into a school, you can't tell who are the teachers and who are the kids. Borders in cross stitch. These sorts of books, of course, have a variety of uses. What I flipped very briefly through a colored font is always nice, but I saw that the charts are in color. So that automatically makes this, different than the regular black and white. And I can see using these as page edging, depending on the type of design, background for a card, collage fodder, make yourself dizzy, give you a headache. Yeah, it is pretty bright. Okay, then I didn't even, to be honest, look really at these, but I'll just quickly do this, maybe open a couple up to see what, isn't this kind of awful? This bobblehead look. Who is this? Curly's Corral, souvenir of country music. Oh, wonder what that is. And I suppose there will be no date. Oh, Johnny Cash, look how young he is there. Carl Smith, Sonny James. Edmonton Auto Wreckers. Don't tell me. Okay, who the heck is this Curly? Curly Gerlach. Okay. He was a he was a disc jockey. I remember that name from Days Gone By. Of course, I was a mere infant at the time. Oh, this is good. I'm glad I grabbed it, because it has that closer connection. Okay, this is just a leaf, one of those leaflet type things. Oh, tape. I find it's sometimes really misleading to look at the, if you can even find it, at the copyright dates. Oh yeah, usually it's Roman numerals. So this would be 1949. Boy, that's quite... Oh, and look at that cigarette holder. Or is that a baton? No, I guess that's a baton. For all your musical information, come to my channel. 1939. And of course, some have better covers than others. This is just kind of cardstock weight. Andy Williams. Now this one you would, adapted from show 1927. That's 1976 that somebody's written on there. Piano solo. So again, anywhere that you would use Bobby Vinton. Music, paper. Some is better than others. This looks pretty simple. That's 1978. And this paper is somewhat slippery. Look at the Everly Brothers. Oh, this paper is nice. Johnny Cash. He was a mere slip of a boy. Bob Hope. Is that Bob Hope? Am I confused? Yeah, Bob Hope. Look at Elvis. Oh, Dr. Zhivago. I've talked about that before. That was one of the early dates that my husband and I went on. took me to see Dr. Zhivago, and of course, when you're two of the same, when you're in the courting phase, you're not going to complain. Or back in the day, you didn't complain. But of course, years later, he tells me, "Oh my God, I wondered if that train would ever get across the Siberian tundra or wherever the hell they were going." Sometimes I should just rewatch the movie just to, because of course, no recollection of that whatsoever, which is another probably indication that it was the courting phase. You're more aware of the person beside you than what's on the screen. Anyway, you know what? When the ice worms nest again, I remember that. What the hell does that even... Oh, sorry, I shouldn't probably say hell. What the hell does that even mean? Oh, boy, not very appropriate. Talking about Eskimos and igloos and mucklucks and, how none of that is appropriate anymore. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, Dr. Zhivago. So and maybe you've seen it, on some of these very graphic doily, white doily on black background things, I've sometimes fussy cut around the edge. And, it would be very dramatic. In a case like this, you'd probably just want to cut the circle. If the design is simple enough, what's to cut that out? So, cool. Another one. Oh, this one looks older. These things don't even seem to have, that doesn't even seem like a cover. What the heck is going on here? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I came across a couple of ideals. This looks pretty old. Of course, these two put their dates in code. Could that be 1996? Oh, that's cool. Didn't even flip through it because we know that these are a winner every single time. This one is I'd say 1994 also. Cool. This is probably one of those garage sale items. Couldn't get 50 cents. This is a pad of tracing paper, 9 by 12. So one of these days I have to find all my pads of tracing paper, keep them together, and start using them. I buy them, but some so far I've used them very minimally. This is tissue paper, almost feels waxy. Clearly a Christmas print, so that should go with Christmas. This is a sheet of wrapping paper that is so darn cute. They look like little calico animals. Cats, bears, geese, rabbits. Wrapping paper pile. This, I always grab these kinds of papers. Number one, because I can't say no to gift wrap. But number two, because they already look like somebody made a masterboard for us. And this has that vintage vibe. This is, of course, no date on it, but it looks like wallpaper. Can you see that sort of vintage wallpaper look to it? So this is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, analysis pad, 3 columns, blue line, got millions of these, but again, we know how versatile this sort of paper is. And then this, and I may have something like this, the Dean Payroll Book for 16 employees. Oh my God, sorry, I shouldn't gasp, but Town and Country Guardian Drugs was selling this for $23. $19.95. So, of course, that would have predated software programs, I guess, or companies farming out their payroll function, HR functions to somebody else. But again, the possibilities here are huge. The pages are, I'd say, 13.5 by 9. So again, I would take the staples out, and one of these days I should probably do a video about that. Okay, I'll leave the crafty stuff for another day, but I'll show you some books. Not even Mrs. Mazursky. So that's a good Ukrainian name. Cool. The paper is almost kind of like newsprinty, so it's, you know, it's soft, and these full page cute illustrations. It could almost serve as coloring book pages kind of thing. And of course, with some cleanup, this cover would be great for a school journal. Mitch Miller Community Songbook, $11.50 initially. And this, of course, is the perfect, almost perfect, very little trimming required, to put it to use as signature pages. And it is in pristine condition, considering it's 1962. Probably not a single song will tiptoe through the tulips with me. What was that guy's name? Anyway, he was a strange bird, but I think we can all conjure up his image. Okay, the Festival Songbook, Book 3 for classroom, glee club, and festival use. 1956. This was a score. And what about that classic hit, Can You Plant Your Cabbages? Oh my goodness, maybe I'm starting to lose it. And you're saying starting to lose it? As I did that little line there, it occurred to me that that's what you would get on Whose Line Is It Anyway, when the guys had to do the when Wayne Brady and whoever the other musical guest was would do a medley of songs, and those goofballs that were doing the introduction would come up with a stupid album title like Can You Plant Your Cabbages? And then, I mean, it's improv at its best. Anyway, you probably don't know what the heck I'm talking about. This is all tape here. Looky there. Precious stuff. Landscape format, Simply Fun, Things to Make and Do by James Razzie. This is being held together with a hope and a prayer by the looks of it. So, monochrome, 1968. Monochrome type pages, and of course, for people who love doing kid type, reader journals, whimsical. What is this? Finger paints, a colorful diversion to keep children occupied. Watercolors, a good MacDo substitute for the commercial product. Play clay. Wow. That's cool. I didn't know that was in there. Okay. Let's keep going. People. Again, this looks like I don't know what kind of a tag that is. Cacti and Succulents, Simon and Schuster's Guide. So, you know, glossy pages, but again, are we going to be snobs about gloss or a bit of sheen? I don't think so. Lots of fussy cutting there. Now this is, it says Reader's Digest Best Loved Books for Young Readers. I don't know that I've ever seen this kind of stuff before. However, when you peel back the dust jacket, you see that it's got one of those lovely vintage printed covers. This maybe even had some kind of a half decent spine on it. And so, am I the first one to literally crack this open? Okay, and whoever knew that Reader's Digest did sewn-in signatures? Let's find a date on this. Boxing around the edges. It's literally cracking. Snap, crackle, pop. Some of the stories are copyrighted, like 38 and 41, but this book is 1966. So maybe fewer illustrations than some would have, the later ones. But honestly, I think that's actually a very sound spine. And it also seems a bit thicker than normal. So I'd say 1 3/4, 5/8. 1 3/4, 5/8. Okay, the color dictionary of garden plants. Ah, look at that. Color with a U. So it says Royal Horticulturals. So this is probably a British thing. 2,048 illustrations in color. Same sort of cover. This too is pristine. Let's see a date. 1969. Yes, England. Now, are those? Yeah, sewn-in signatures. And the pages are not as slick as the cacti one. But look at just on and on and on and on. Well, 2048. Like, isn't that kind of unbelievable? And then the back half of the book is like a glossary. Well, a dictionary. They're calling it a dictionary. So I like those pages as well. And they are lovely. So you might want to take another little gander at this. The Color Dictionary of Garden Plants with house and greenhouse plants. Roy Hay and Patrick Singe? Singe? I don't know. Okay. Let me put this one out here all by itself. Now, those of you who... those of you who know me know that I'm in landlocked Alberta. However, so this little protective thing is all coming off. This particular title, I mean, what does the seashore really doesn't mean anything to me. However, I remember this book from my youth. Now, how old would I have been? No idea. But I remember this cover as clearly as yesterday. Now, we're probably going to find that this is like written in the 1800s. So I thought, you know, oh, great, 1950 and 1954. So I thought, even if I just bought it essentially for the cover, but I didn't realize that there were these cute illustrations. Very cute illustrations. But I think I need to make myself a journal using this cover just because I seem to have so few memories from back in the day. And I will attempt to get the rest of this off. Anyway, so that was a purely sentimental thing. Now, I was lucky enough to find a number. Now, this has also more library type tape on it. I was lucky enough to find some books with, I mean, they're not particularly old, I don't think, with nice covers. Like, I mean, an illustrated cover, not in bad shape. Anyway, let me leave that alone. Wait for Marcy. Oh, well, it is fairly old. Okay, copyright 32/46, 1950. 2 chapters are based on short stories which appeared in Redbook in 32 and 46. Okay, so the book itself is probably 1950. Nothing so spectacular inside other than nice paper. Not a single illustration, but is that cover not just perfect? It's not even particularly badly worn. So I think one of these days, oh, this binding, this symbol identifies a Lippincott long life binding. This binding is guaranteed to last as long as the sheets, which are side sewn in picture books and reinforced with strong joint drill. Smith sewn books are reinforced with muslin. The cover is stain-resistant washable cloth over top-grade binder boards. Well, that probably explains why it's still looking so darn good. And of course, I'm showing you stuff without any attempt to having cleaned the cover. So in the same vein, what Katie did at school, look at the pages. This feels very like first published 1967, this impression 1970. So this is not high quality paper at all, but that's why you get that discoloration. But again, sound, this is all glued in. Oh, the dust was no extra charge for the dust. Even though her head seems not to be connected to anything. Great cover. Morning Glory by Marjorie Hall. That's kind of bad hair, but okay, bound hunting, whatever that means. You probably can't see it, but I guess it's referring probably to the binding here. Nice pages. 1956. Nothing really to write home about here other than that little decorative border at the start of each new, I guess, short story. And none of these books stink, which is always a plus. Oh, I should have made a note of who it was. Somebody, okay, I did that video on trying to get the smell out of books. And somebody in the comments wrote about she's had luck with using an apple. She said in her comment, she said cutting an apple in half and putting it in a bag. Now, in my reply, I asked for clarification. I don't know that she has replied to that. And somebody else had asked, does the apple just dry up? or, it doesn't get moldy or, whatever else. Because you would think that in a plastic bag, and how do you prevent the apple from staining the paper you're trying to deodorize? So, and then who who knows the price of apples and hates wasting, asked, does it, would slices, trying to stretch my apple as far as it can go, would slices work? So I hope that lady would notice and, or hear this if she hasn't seen my reply, and just hopefully answer some of those clarifying questions. This, at first, I thought was a softcover book, but it isn't. It's, I don't know how you would really describe this. Like, it's got this linen cover, obviously worn at the edges, but not bad at all. Q for Treason, A Tale of Shakespearean England. And look at this, how beautiful. Are we going to get a date on this, I wonder? Oh, 1942. And it's such a cute little size. Sometimes a person just buys stuff because it's so cute. 6 3/4 by 4.5. Now, and there's a map at the back. Okay. Is there anything else in here of interest? Looks like there's a little bit of a drawing at the start of every new chapter. So, okay, how many chapters? Was that 20? Oh, 25. So that's a bonus, getting 25 illustrations. Oops, let me just find that one again. So I think this is such a cute little book. Okay, then this. I just love the look of this one. To me, this somehow seems like, Art Deco, Art Deco era. Even the spine is pretty darn good. Again, no attempt to clean it. And it too is small, 6 3/4 by 4 1/4. Bow Valley School Division. Okay, 1945. So it's got, these are plays. So that's like a drama club or something. The paper is slightly, discolored. Few illustrations by the look of it. So again, this is, essentially got it for the cover. They're probably sewn in, at that age it would be, I would say. Yes, 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 yes. Let me just find it. Oops, go this way. I think I'm still one page off. Anyway, great cover. Elementary Plane Geometry. This cover is not in the greatest shape. However, the contents are good with equations and those kinds of mathematical wonders. The things we never quite understood in school, we get to revisit them as we become journal makers. Did we get a 1914? That's really an oldie. Didn't realize it was that old. Pretty darn good shape. I like this one. Now, you can't feel it, but you will believe me when I say, and maybe you can't see, This almost looks tone on tone, and that, of course, is gold on red. The cover is embossed. It's another Reader's Digest Best Books. Oh, these are just all glued in. But it too seems to be in gray. I mean, the cover is the reason I bought it. Okay, what do we have here for a date? Printed in Great Britain. That's odd. Or maybe the date is at the back since it's Great Britain. It almost feels like fabric. It's so 576 pages. What? On a first edition, no less. Am I not? I can't see a date, which is unusual in this, but I love this book. Would I want to turn this into a planner? I don't know. I was getting, of course, we're, well into, we're 3/4 of the way through the year. So I thought I had allowed plenty of space in the Reader's Digest book that I altered to use as my planner. And in the beginning, I was doing, 2 days to a page or whatever. And then I realized, holy cow, I don't have much space left. So then I started doubling and tripling my entries. But of course, this spine, mind you, I probably made that spine because that a Reader's Digest book is typically not that thick. Anyway, then I was mesmerized to see these books. These are all paper, these are all dust jackets, but look at how beautiful the cover is. Now I'm thinking R must stand for romance, but we will see. I don't know who spoiled that, but anyway. Oh, Romance Treasury. So these books are kind of smallish, 7 by 4.5. But look at how beautiful these are. And because they're paper, they're not plasticized. They could easily be, used. I've never seen these kind of books before. Now, all the actual covers are sort of embossed. Beautiful periwinkle colored paper there. Let's see if we can find a date. 1978. So, that's the ribbon. So maybe is there just an illustration at the start of the stories? It almost seems like a condensed, like a Reader's Digest condensed thing. Yeah, 3 stories in here, so I guess that means probably 3 illustrations. Those illustrations are very unique. It's like cross-hatching and just like pen and ink work almost. So I am looking forward to using these covers. How long have we been at this? I've been kind of yakking quite a bit. I wonder, maybe I should stop after this one because I do have several more to go and we're at the hour mark. And maybe I could lump that in with the craft items I got. Okay, Canadian Nature Guides, Trees. Alan Mitchell, illustrated by David Moore. Would this not have been handy when I was doing my tree journals? And of course, I have enough stuff left to do a few more. So yeah, we'll end on this one because I think that's probably about where your tolerance ends. Anyway, I don't think I have a loser here. Unless I can't close this, in which case that might be an issue. What is going on here? How about taking this off? Anyway, yes, I just love these books that I've gotten, and I hope that you have enjoyed seeing a variety of different titles and different styles and nostalgic pieces and fussy cut type things. And anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have loved looking at these books along with me. In many cases, it's like, oh, this is going to be good. Grab it and then rediscover or discover for the first time what you actually bought when a person is showing it to you through a video. Anyway, guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.